Max Verstappen has threatened that he may leave Formula One because of his dissatisfaction with how FIA is running the sport and what he referred to as the governing body's silly insistence on pursuing issues such as drivers swearing, for which he was punished at this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix. A few weeks back, there were a lot of news regarding Max Verstappen might leave Red Bull due to struggling performance of the team. I have also made video for the same. If you haven't watched it, you can click on the above link, watch it, and come back again here. Now let's talk about Max. Suddenly, what happened that Max wants to leave Red Bull or Formula One? Last year, they had the dominant car, they were winning every race, and suddenly, when things are not going as they would have wanted, he started to threaten. Verstappen finished second behind McLaren's Lando Norris at the Marina Bay circuit on Sunday, with the British driver cutting the world champion's title lead to 52 points. Afterwards, Verstappen launched a broadside at the FIA after he had been given a community service punishment for swearing in the press conference held pre-race on Thursday, when he described his car as fucked. Verstappen had already made his displeasure with their decision clear, and when asked after the race if these types of petty altercations with the governing body would impact on his future in the sport, the 26-year-old was unequivocal. "For sure, yeah," he said. "I mean, these kinds of things definitely decide my future as well. When you can't be yourself, you have to deal with these kinds of silly things. Now I'm at a stage of my career that I don't want to be dealing with this all the time. It's really tiring." Before the weekend began, the FIA president, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, had made his position clear, stating he did not want drivers to swear, comparing it unfavorably to rap artists. Lewis Hamilton dismissed this comment as being influenced by a racial bias and stereotyping. Norris and Verstappen were among other drivers who also felt Ben Sulayem did not need to pursue such a trivial matter. A day later, Verstappen swore in the press conference, and he was then given a punishment of a day's community service. He subsequently reacted by attending the post-qualifying FIA press conference on Saturday and responding to all the questions with replies that were all but monosyllabic, and instead agreeing to speak to journalists in full outside the confines of the FIA session, which he duly did in the paddock. After Sunday's race, Verstappen continued his go slow in the press conference, once more answering with the bare minimum of engagement required, and once more speaking to journalists in full when it had finished. He said that, despite his success, with 3 titles and a chance of a 4th this year, the FIA was sucking the joy out of racing for him. Of course, it's great to have success and win races, but once you have accomplished all that, winning championships and races, then you want to just have a good time as well, he said. Everyone is pushing to the limit, everyone in this battle, even at the back of the grid. But if you have to deal with all these kinds of silly things, for me, that is not a way of continuing in the sport, that's for sure. Hamilton, who was 6th in Singapore, had dismissed the FIA's position as a joke and suggested Verstappen should not take part in his punishment, insisting he would not do so had it been handed to him. The FIA has yet to make any comment on Verstappen's comments or his stance in the press conference, and the Dutchman questioned whether they would even pay any attention to the risk of losing a world champion from the sport prematurely. "I don't know how seriously they will take that kind of stuff, but for me, at one point, when it's enough, he said. "We'll see. Everything will go on. I have no doubt. It's not a problem because Formula One will go on without me, but it's also not a problem for me, so it's how it is. I know sometimes FIA makes decision out of nowhere. They don't have logic, however you should know how to deal with things, right? You can speak to them offline and say that you don't like these things and things should change. If you want to leave the sport, you can leave. Who have stopped you? I mean, to race in Formula One is a dream, and to win championship is beyond someone could have imagined, and they are a lot of people in the grid who have the capability, talent to be world champions or to even race in Formula One. However, due to car and financial issues, they are unable to be in that position. Max should appreciate it. I may be harsh here, but what I think is he just want to show that Formula One needs him and he is fulfilling their dream. Everyone has exit clause in their contract. If you really want to go, you can go. Why all such dramas? I guess all these things Max is learning from Christian Horner. You are world champion, and you should lead by example. We have seen a lot of times that he swears to his team, his engineer, as if they are deliberately wants to make you lose the game and giving you the worst car. Before any race, you go through thousands of simulations, and you know the condition of the car and still behave as if they tweaked something just before you hope into the car. This season is going crazy, a lot of crazy things happening. Let me know your views, that's all for today. See you all in my next video. Until then, like, share, and subscribe. Take care, bye.